What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to EP09. All right, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the channel for yet another bodybuilding news update. Now, Chris Bumstead said that he was going to jump straight into this one, so I'm going to do the same. Check it out.
Thank you, everyone, for coming today. I'm just going to jump straight into it. I've been thinking a lot about my future and what's important to me, so Daddy's home.
So I'm sure you guys are all aware, a few days ago, Chris Bumstead dropped something on his Instagram hinting at he would have a big announcement to make here. Didn't say anything about what it could possibly be, only put the date in the description. We had no idea what the announcement could possibly be. Now, of course, many in the bodybuilding world speculated that this would be his announcement for his retirement, which I honestly thought was ridiculous. So I'm going to tell you guys why here in a second, but let's look at the quote that Chris dropped here. At this stage of my career, I've been fortunate enough to have been offered some very exciting opportunities, but I knew if I was going to be involved in a business again, it would have to be with the right people and for the right reasons. When Gymshark talked me through their vision to become the brand that brings the gym to the world, I knew that if I was going to partner with anyone, it had to be them. So, I'm happy to say I'm now a part owner of Gymshark. I'm really excited for the future of the brand and to get to work. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Bumstead is officially a part owner of Gymshark Apparel, the largest apparel brand for gym equipment anywhere in the world. Now, like I said, a lot of people were speculating that this was going to be the retirement announcement of Chris Bumstead. There was a number of things speculated, but this was definitely the number one thing floating around here. And here's my take on that, okay? Why would Chris Bumstead announce his retirement 5 weeks from the Olympia? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to me. You know, Chris Bumstead has spoken in the past about his struggles with self-confidence. Now, that's hard to believe from a guy that's got 24.1 million subscribers on Instagram, but you can go back and watch his previous videos. He speaks of it even pretty often to this day, you guys, okay? So for a guy that struggles with self-confidence, why would he put more pressure on himself by retiring 5 weeks before the Olympia? What kind of message does that send to the competition out there as well? You got to think about that. Do you really think that this would allow Chris to show up in the best shape of his life? Because I really don't think so. This would 100% affect him mentally, not to mention the fact the team that Chris has around him. Think about this. This is why it's so ridiculous for anybody to think that Chris would retire in such a way. Chris has people that he is accountable to. He has business partners. He has investors. I'm almost positive he would have investors. Do you really think that the team around him would allow Chris Bumstead to go into the Olympia basically in a manner of self-defeat as far as I'm concerned? Absolutely not. That would be devastating for the Chris Bumstead brand. Now, perhaps there could have been a spin on it saying this is a moment to be celebrated, this will be Chris's last, and maybe he would have been handed a victory regardless of what he showed up looking like. But no, this was not the case, and I really was 110% confident that this was not going to be the retirement announcement from our 5-time classic physique champion at the Olympia, Chris Bumstead. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no possible way that retirement was happening like this. In fact, I think that Chris is probably going to go on to do probably multiple Olympias after this one. I don't see any reason why he should stop at this point. Win another one, win another two, continue that legacy, man. That's what I say. So this is the announcement from Chris Bumstead. You guys let me know what you think in the comments below. Did you honestly think that Chris Bumstead was going to retire in this manner? Or what did you think it was going to be? Let me know below.
Daddy's home.
All right, next up, we've got an announcement here from Tonio Burton and from his coach, Justin Jacoby. Now, this was actually dropped on the Monday Morning Muscle channel, which is a new channel on YouTube, which features good friend of the channel here, Josh Sanch, over there at Bodybuilding News Network, co-hosted by Tonio Burton himself. But you guys, this is going to affect the entire top 10 at the Mr. Olympia competition coming up. Tonio Burton has officially dropped out of the 2024 Mr. Olympia. Let's hear what they had to say here.
For Cal. So like when you couple all that together, one, that's not a time we never really had a lot of time to really grow. Never really had a ton of time to like let his health come back. You know what I mean? Like time off the PEDs is important for these guys. Yeah. Especially when it comes to us managing his blood work and making sure that he's internally healthy. because that's how we're going to keep you guys in the game for as long as we can. You know, longevity has to be the priority when you're talking open bodybuilding, because it simply takes that long to get your physique up to that point from a muscularity standpoint. So anyway, so long story short, but those are the reasons why we decided that we're not going to do the Olympia this year. We're going to sit out. There have been other people in the past that have sat out. I mean, Jen Dory, the reigning Miss Olympia bikini competitor, athlete, is sitting out this year. Jay Cutler has sat out of an Olympia.
And Justin's right. This is really nothing new for competitors to really take that time off in order to make the necessary improvements for them to show up next time on stage and be that much better. We've seen it plenty of times before. He mentioned a couple there himself. Think about Regan Grimes taking that time off. Think about Charles Griffin, who's right now taking that time off. Think about Clint Beastwood, who took that time off and really did come back better. Now, this is a recent update at about 5 or 6 weeks out that Tonio had on his Instagram here. And look, guys, he looks like he's in great condition, but does he look like he's in 5 to 6 weeks out condition at this point? I mean, arguably, I would say probably not. So I kind of saw the writing on the wall there almost a couple of weeks ago. Now, like I said, he does look great here. It looks like he is putting on that size that he wants to put on. And once he does do that, as long as he can keep that midsection in check, I mean, this is a guy that finished 8th place at the 2023 Olympia. He won the 2023 New York Pro. Arguably should have won the Arnold Classic Brazil this year as well. That's neither here nor there at this point. But the fact of the matter is, this is a good move for Tonio Burton. This will serve him well in the future. The fact that he's taking this time off to put on the necessary size and, of course, to take care of his health. This is a good move for Tonio. I mean, you will not find shape, symmetry, and proportions like this very often in open bodybuilding, you guys. This is a future top 6 competitor at the Mr. Olympia. I'm almost convinced of it. Like I said, as long as he can keep that midsection in check. And once we see him take the stage again, it is going to be a sight to see, let me tell you. I could see this guy getting up to like 275, 280 at this point, and then coming down to be like a 250, 255 stage weight. That's going to be very, very dangerous. All right, last up for you guys, we've got another IFBB Elite Pro champion that absolutely has to make his way over to the IFBB Pro League. Bodebi Davo Indokuro, and I'm probably mispronouncing that, I apologize, for the second time wins the Binous Classic. And this is an IFBB Elite Pro show. And look, I gotta tell you guys up front, not a lot of coverage on this out there. I saw an abs and thigh shot. We've got, like you can see here, the front lat. We had a most muscular, but not every shot is here. I really wish I could have got all of the shots, but we're gonna work with what we have here. From what we can see, this guy still has unbelievable proportions. He has a crazy abs and thigh shot, crazy most muscular, round shoulders, big arms, sweeping quads. I was actually surprised that he went and did this show, because I thought after winning last year at the Binous Classic that he was going to make his way over to the IFBB Pro League. Now, it appears that he had other plans here. And you know what? To an extent, I can't really blame him. He actually won what's equivalent of $30,000 US just at this show alone. But it really is inevitable. This guy has to make his way over to the Pro League and stand with the best of the best, Now, I actually thought he was just a little bit sharper last year at the Binous Classic. I thought that he was a little rounder, his conditioning was a little bit better, he looked a little bit harder. But with that being said, this was definitely still a dominant victory for Davo here. And there actually was a presence at this show from some of the IFBB Pro League. We saw William Bonac there, Dexter Jackson was there. William Bonac was actually part of the and we actually did see some presence from the IFBB Pro League there. William Bonac was there, Dexter Jackson was there, but William Bonac was actually part of the expo there, so he was actually there on behalf of a sponsor. But it's definitely time for Davo to make his way over to the IFBB Pro League. You guys let me know in the comments below where you think this guy could actually land when it comes to an IFBB Pro League show. Do you think that he could come in and win a show right out of the gate? If you think he needs to improve, where do you think he needs to improve? Like I said, that conditioning, I have seen a little bit better. Maybe a little bit rounder and fuller, but when it comes to muscle mass, I mean, this really does look like a guy that could come in and do very well right out of the gate. So thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in today. Don't forget, if you didn't see my interview with Bob Ciccarillo, I'm going to leave the link for you guys right here. That was a really, really interesting conversation. I think everyone will enjoy. But for now, I'm going to sign off. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to EP09. Be sure to like and subscribe.